As the famous quote goes, nothing in the world can take the place of good old persistence. The importance of persistence is something that is just not talked about enough when it comes to folks starting businesses. So let's talk about it. In 6 years from now, 6 years will have gone by, but the question is, what will you have done with that time? See, time passes regardless. So what you do with the time is really what is important. And way too many people give up along the way from starting to succeeding. They give up along the way. Here is why persistence is important. Your journey from a business start to reaching your goals, a lot of people think will just slowly increase. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to go along, you're going to make some good strides, and then you're going to fall down. You're going to go up and down the whole way. And somewhere along the way, you're going to have a lot of moments where you really feel like giving up. There's going to be problems. Your business might start losing some money. There's a lot of things that come into play here. You might have customers that are not paying their bills. All of this is going to take a lot of strain on you, and you have to be strong mentally and really focus on that target. That is why persistence is important. Again, you're going to keep going up, and when you think you're close to reaching your target, sometimes the universe, just for a laugh, gives you another really big kick. So this happens all the time, and so many people simply give up in business along the way. At some point, they say, you know what, I've had it, I can't do this anymore. So the trick is to hold on longer than the rest of the folks and always try to improve, and eventually you will reach your target. You know, judging by this whiteboard, it's a good thing I never got into arts. Now, a lot of you might see this video and say, great, another video on persistence. Well, here's the thing. Common knowledge is not always common practice. So that is why it's important not just to fully understand the importance, but knowing the steps to take to remain persistent. So let's talk about it. So the first one is an obvious one, or as a lot of people say, the why. You need to have a very, very strong vision of what you want to become or what kind of goal you want to reach. If your vision is strong enough, you can endure any sort of obstacle that comes your way because you want what is at the end more than anything in between. And you're willing to put whatever you need to into reaching that target. Let's go back to my beautiful graph here for a moment. So a lot of people focus on their vision, again, which is great. But what most people forget about is the importance of who you are becoming as an individual when you're going along this journey. Every single peak is great, but everything that goes down right here is going to be a tough lesson for you. It's going to make you better as a person. You're going to be smarter. You're going to learn better ways to deal with problems. Your problem solving is going to get a lot better. There is so much importance along this journey from the start to your goal that you got to focus on that. When you have a tough moment in your business, I want you to change your focus from this is something I don't want to how is this going to be able to improve who I am and make me a better leader for my company, a better CEO, whatever it might be. So change your focus. It's not just about reaching the goal. It's about learning and becoming a better person along the way. So the third thing I want you to focus on is building a structured routine. So what routine do you have to have in the morning till night to go from who you are now to reaching the target? You need to have a routine because, again, life goes up and down. But if you have a solid routine, that will help you stay focused on the task and doing all the little things that need to get done to reach that target. Number 4, stop focusing on failing. If you're afraid to fail, a lot of things are going to hold you back in life. So I want you to change your vocabulary. Change it from failing to learning because really that's all it is. Whatever happens to you in life, it's important how you look at it, the meaning you attach to any scenario, the way you translate it. So is it really something that you failed, or was it an opportunity for you to learn, to do it better next time, right? So there's no more failing. Focus on, this is a lesson I learned. not something I failed. Number 5, and this is an important one, focus on who you surround yourself with. Start spending time with business owners who have reached those targets, because you need to become who they are essentially, because they can teach you so many things. Every time you're in a slump, meet up with somebody for coffee, see if they can have a different point of view, give you some direction to get you out of that problem zone with your business. That is very important. If you hang out with the wrong folks, you're not going to get any good advice, and odds are those folks are going to drag you down. Surround yourself with people that lift you up. Number 6, persistence always requires focus. So that means you have to eliminate distractions. Now, there's a big difference between not working on your business and spending time with friends and loved ones and sitting there for hours scrolling on TikTok and doing something completely useless that will not help you. I'm not saying don't spend time with your family. That is a crucial part of life and it makes you happy. Continue doing that. But little things. Take some time to think about your daily routine. What sort of things are you currently doing that are a complete waste of time? Okay, if you enjoy watching silly videos on TikTok, that's great, but maybe put a time limit on it. You know what I mean? Focus on eliminating distractions that are stopping you or putting the brakes on from going from the start to the finish line. Anything in between that puts the brakes on is useless and you got to get rid of it. Number 7, and again, this is a very important one, but take action. Theory can only take you so far. You need to be willing to take those first steps. You need to be willing to push through problems. You need to take action. Take action consistently and you will no doubt reach your target. Number 8, don't be afraid to diversify. Now you have a goal in mind, you're starting and you're working towards your goal. Sometimes there might be a roadblock along the way and you might have to go up here to make it back down here. So if you have to diversify with your product, change your service a little bit, whatever you have to do, again, keep in mind the goal. Don't be afraid to diversify. A lot of companies do it and there's a reason for it. Sometimes it is what is necessary. And lastly, you need to accept that problems will come your way regardless. Business is problem solving. So every morning when you wake up and you see there's an issue with your business, instead of getting discouraged, simply accept it and find a solution. You can't control what happens to you in life, but you can control how you respond to things. So always keep that in mind. Because the biggest discouragement and anger comes from something that you can't control. If you get so frustrated with problems that it's ruining your mental state and putting the brakes on you again from going from start to finish, you need to change that. And that comes from accepting that problems will come your way. So don't get mad. Simply work on finding solutions.